during the experience of being a black person in America or within the Western Hemisphere, there was a great concern which I believe needed to be addressed, involving the clever or the psychic way that the white system tries to maneuver black people into situations that they create, whether they be false, virtual, or any sort of procedural setup. They will create a situation for a black person, just like they created the race barrier of black for black people, just like they create supremacy for black people, to which they lock black people up in a box, in a boxed image, in a main mind altered perception of the experience of a black person, which they have to adopt from white people who have undergone no evidence to prove that wearing Jordans or holding a basketball or listening to rap music is any symbolic representation of the inherent rich culture that lies within many black communities today. And as a result of this, the black community being inherently void of the procedures that white people have gone to, they are maneuvered into lives of peer pressure. They are peer pressured into taking certain recreational substances, which have been taught to them through the American media that black people can take and are capable of using so within the music industry to rise up above the occasions. Yet the same people who minister the legislation to legalize these recreational consumption are the same people who will incarcerate the black people should they be caught with any sorts of residue or remaining recreational use in their system. And this is the irony that you will find yourself facing today, that there remains those loopholes within the law that the white system is very well aware of, and sadly they use the black people as potholes to kind of hide the fact that these systems exist. And due to their inability to hide these systems, I think you will find that many black people are maneuvered far away from actually understanding that everything created for them in America was a trap, and the history has proven that. Anybody who has actually undergone systematic research from a black person's perspective, okay, let's forget about what these white people say about us. You go and you read any black scholar, or you understand the experience of a black person, they will tell you it was a nothing further than the truth. And because the white people are so clever into maneuvering black people into separate families, into maneuvering black people into their traps, into their procedures, they only prove how capable they are of controlling the black people through procedures in which they convince the black people that being black is not good enough. And because black people have been convinced that there is no such thing as getting an education and still remaining black, by retaining masses of infrastructure while being black, not understanding that there are black brothers and sisters around the world who have achieved all of this far away from America, the black people remain stuck within the white systems and are sadly forced to provide no meaningful contribution besides live up to the stereotype and to be used worse than the animals have ever been used. And you cannot deny the fact that your bird on the tree has more freedom than the black man living in the American system. They will have more civil respect for an ant crawling on the floor than they would for a black man. And the criminal institution, along with the entire institution, they are all held accountable for the experience of a black man, from the criminals to the doctors to the lawyers to the authorities to the governors. All of them are single-handedly or collectively responsible for the experience of black people, from the ability that they have just neglected the recovery plan for black people, given that they are the same ones who legislated that black people are 3/5 of a human being. For they are the same ones that legislated that black people did not have rights to drink or to dine in white restaurants or to live in white neighborhoods, for the same ones who refuse to abolish organizations that have been anti-black and that have been historically anti-black and that have been practicing anti-black measures while using religion to try and indoctrinate black people further away from who they are. And I feel like this is the time in which you will never understand the belief that they have instilled within the black community has been nothing more than a false imagery, nothing more than their fear as to what a world with black people who are educated and are capable of achieving fundamental success is capable of being or receiving. The such a situation has never been created by the white press or even by the white masses, nor are they capable, nor should they even know, nor do I even want them anywhere near our black children, our black brothers, our black sisters, for as long as they hold that brutal, violent, and hostile behavior, which has caused many black people to fall into the hands of the thieves and the cults who remain actively in search of power, and as the cowards they are, they use black people to try and vent their problem and to try and prove that they are in positions of power, and they try to silence the black masses, not knowing that God gave the black man a mouth and a voice and a tongue, to which should the black man realize how to use it, eventually he will be used to bring about a sense of justice towards the black community.